Welcome back to QAOps. Today we are effectively deprecating your reliance on massive, flaky, end-to-end test suites. We are replacing hope-based deployment with architectural guarantees using consumer-driven contract testing. The tool of choice for this is Pact, specifically Pact.io. It is the industry standard because it is language agnostic. You can have a Kotlin backend fulfilling a contract for a TypeScript frontend, and the broker handles the translation perfectly. For those ready to implement this today, here is your 3-step critical path. Step 1. The broker infrastructure. Do not overcomplicate this. Spin up a Pact Broker using Docker. You need a simple Docker Compose file running a Postgres database and the Pact Foundation/Pact Broker image. This broker is your source of truth. It is where your consumers publish their expectations and your providers upload their verification results. Step 2. The consumer test. In your consumer codebase, let's say your React app, you install the Pact SDK. You write a unit test that defines the expected interaction. You say, when I request get/users/1, I expect a 200 OK and a JSON body with an ID and name. When you run this test, it doesn't hit the network. It generates a Pact file, a JSON contract, and uploads it to your new broker. Step 3. The provider verification. On the backend side, you add a Pact verification task to your CI pipeline. This task pulls the pending contracts from the broker and replays them against your running service. And here is the crucial part. If the provider has changed a field type from an integer to a string or dropped a nullable field that the consumer relies on, the build stops. It doesn't fail in staging, it doesn't fail in production. It fails right there on the backend developer's PR branch. Now, we need to talk about Can I Deploy? This is the most misunderstood yet powerful feature in the Pact ecosystem. In a microservices world, passing tests does not mean safe to deploy. Your backend v2.0 might pass all its own tests, but if it breaks the contract with frontend v1.5, which is currently live, you are about to cause an outage. Can I Deploy is a CLI tool that queries the verification matrix in your broker. Think of it as a safety check that asks a specific question. Is the version of the application I just built compatible with the versions of its collaborators that are currently in production? It looks at the intersection of the consumer version and the provider version. If they have successfully verified each other in the past, green light. If they have never met or if the verification failed, red light. You place this check immediately before your deployment step. If Can I Deploy returns success, you are mathematically guaranteed that your services speak the same language. By adopting this, you aren't just testing, you are enforcing architectural boundaries. You are documenting your API usage automatically. And best of all, you are deleting those flaky Selenium tests that fail every time a CSS selector changes. Start with one consumer and one provider. Get the Docker container running, write one expectation, and watch your deployment confidence skyrocket. Subscribe for practical QAOps guidance, automation strategies, and best practices. Looking forward to sharing more with you soon.